everyone, this is Mubarak Talks Daily Podcast, 25th episode, and today our guest is Sunat Amir, right?
Hello, my name is Amir Sunat and I'm a high school student. I'm at my 11th grade right now and I'm studying school number 1.
Okay, tell us a little about your hobbies.
To tell the truth, I'm kind of keen on learning English at the time, and I think that 1 year ago I didn't have any kind of interesting in English, but after coming to the English Learning Center, I started to learn English, and I can say at the moment I'm all the time keen on learning English, new things about English, kind of reading books and listening music. And additional to these things, I could say that I have a YouTube channel which is named Islam TV, and I'm the host of this channel, and every single day I upload some videos about the religion, and I think this is my hobbies.
Okay, thank you. And now let us know about how you got interested in English and about your road to 6.5 on IELTS.
Actually, I think that I don't have any kind of interest in English. I used to think that I'm a sick of in English, actually. But after studying grammar about 5 or 6 months, I give up learning English. But the one friend who is my close friend suggested that you should learn English and you could achieve the high goals with English, and he suggested that the Aman Dawlat Kramov, who is the best teacher in the Mubarak, I think, yes. And I came to his classes, and the first time I didn't know about English at all, actually, but he gave me the one book about the kind of the story, and I understand the 50% of this book, and he said that you can learn and you would be the better after learning. And at the moment I'm taking my IELTS exam and I got 6.5, and back to the drawing board. I think that learning English is hard as other things because it takes a lot of dedication and learning time, and I think the first time that when I came to these classes, I saw that the other people are better than me, and the time changed all the things. Time by time, I saw the progress in my English, and I think that getting better, it took a lot of requirements as well as time, and I think that's it.
Okay, so how was it preparation for IELTS?
The preparation began with the listening. Actually, the teacher gave us a lot of books about listening, and we prepared all the time. And reading is kind of difficult for everyone, I think, because when we thought the new words, we could look up the meaning of this, and I think I didn't look up the exact meaning of the words in my native language. I learned the definition of the words, and I take up a lot of phrases and idioms by time, and at the moment I could say that reading is kind of easy for me because I learned a lot of things about reading, and I could say that it's easy for everyone if you practice the one thing and if you work on the things. And to speak about speaking, I think I'm not good at speaking.
Why?
Because you know that I tried a lot of time to be like a native, and I realized that if I want to speak to native English speakers, I have to learn a lot, and that this moment I took the 6 point at speaking. I was too nervous about this because I'm not sure that the examiner was giving me a lot of questions which is not related to the app. I prepared the question on the app, but she gave me a lot of question about the off-topic questions actually. And in terms of talking about writing, I think writing is a little bit difficult than other sections, because if we want to write exactly which the examiners wants, we could be the journalist actually. And I think that in our country that no one ever take 9 points at writing, but I would say that maybe next 10 or 15 years after I studied abroad, I would take this score and I would show my ability in learning English.
Okay, and good luck with your dreams and achievements. And what was the hardest aspect of IELTS?
As I said earlier, that my speaking is not good, and at the moment I worked on these things. I'm working on these things actually, and my teacher always give his advice to me about how I can improve my English skills. And the first time I was too afraid of being the center of attention, because while I'm talking with someone, most of the people think that my English is lower and they think that I wouldn't be better at English at all. But I think that everything depends on how I prepare and how I spend my time and how I generate my time in English and everything. And yeah, the speaking section is the hardest one.
Okay, speaking was the hardest one.
Yes.
Now let's move to dreams. What are your plans for future? What are you dreaming about?
Currently, I want to study abroad. The reason could be that the higher education, and I don't need a degree for my career, but I have a burning desire to learning about the other countries' culture, as well as the students who can help me to pursue career in IT. And I think this moment me and my friends are applying for universities, for foreign universities, and I want to be the programmer, and I want to study America if it's okay for my future, I think. And the financial side is difficult for everyone.
Yes.
And I'm seeking the scholarships which could fit for me. And in addition to these things, I want to be a teacher who can teach students about how to write code and how to speak in English. And I think that children needs to learn from their role models. And as I said my dreams, I think that in the future I would be role models for some people who have dreams about being a programmer, coder, and I'm not a kind of foolish person. I think that I all the time didn't want to spend my time for other things as others, but if I go to the foreign country, I think the first year would be difficult, and I have to work for somewhere else to be independent in there. And I think that after spending 4 years at university and taking a lot of course about how to write code and I want to take a course about how to speak native speakers, because the culture in their culture, the people all the time took a lot of attentions from people, and while I'm speaking with them, they think that I'm the kind of the foreign person alien, and as a result of these things, I want to take an English course as well as the coding course. And I think my biggest dreams would be opening the educational center in our hometown for youth, and I want to be the executive of this educational center as well as a teacher for youngsters, and I think the dreams will come true in the future, and me and you have conversation like this moment in the future, but it would be different, because I will improve my speaking, and you are very good at speaking, I know this.
Thank you.
And I think that the practice and the working on my dreams and on my career things can help me to achieve my goals.
Okay, do you want to know my secret of speaking?
Yes.
I never tried to be like a native speaker, never tried to speak as a native speaker. I just consider myself as a native speaker. So it's kind of advice for you and for others. You don't have to look like a native speaker or try to be a native speaker. Just feel it, like you are a native speaker. You came from abroad, so you're not an alien. And consider yourself, yes, of course you're Uzbek, but still consider yourself as a native.
Yeah, I heard the one thing while I'm listening podcasts, that the host said that speak locally, understand globally. It's true actually, because if I want to be native, I should create it in myself, and I would be native, and because if we look at the one native speaker, we can see that they are create this speaking skills on themselves, not look like the others, and your advice is great, and I would take it, and I would work on that.
Okay, great. Now let's move to the advices and suggestions for a new generation of Mubarak IELTS Educational Center.
I'm not a great person for giving advice for the young people at the moment, but I have to say that every person who is studying the new things, it's not about English, it's not about Russian or any kind of language, and the one thing I have to say that the people have to go out their comfort zone, that it took them the great achievements if they go out their comfort zone and feel the fear and fight for this. And I think that if the one person want to be the kind of the business person or the great person in life, they have to learn and learn that if we stop learning, we cannot achieve the one things or anything, because whenever we look at the successful people, we always can see that they never stopped being the student actually. If I talk about Elon Musk, we can see that he's the richest man in the world, and he dedicated in the English, and he's one of the person in the world who is a role model for everyone. And I'm not I don't want to give the advice that learning one thing, and if you stop after that, you cannot achieve your dreams. And I thought that I was thought that if I learn English, I would be good at these things, English, but it's not true. It's not true. It wouldn't be true and all the time, because working on the one things could be better. The good is not better. Great is actually the great.
Yeah, sure. So that means be unstoppable.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming and being our guest. This was the Mubarak Talks Daily Podcast, 25th episode. And guys, I hope you will enjoy listening to this.
Bye.
Bye.